What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Cologne podcast. I'm Myke.
And I'm Ryan, and we're just two best friends going on a fragrance journey, smelling things, giving our uneducated opinion. It's a thing we do.
Yeah, we love it. We enjoy it. And now we're going back in time to one of the first fragrances that really turned us on to smelling good. Mm-hmm. Well, a house, not really the fragrance specifically, but the house. Viktor and Rolf. One of the first fragrances that I was wearing that, I found D&G because I smelled Jamie's chest and he smelled incredible and I stole that from him. And then I smelled Ryan's chest and he smelled like Spice Bomb. And so I stole that from him. And now today we're smelling a new fragrance, relatively new, from Viktor and Rolf, the Spice Bomb Infrared EDP.
Yeah, it just came out in April, so we're a little behind on that.
Let me tell you what Cleaner Guy on Fragrantica has to say about it. Just picked up a new bottle at Ulta and it's leaking. Seems to be a common problem. For $143, they should do better.
Damn.
Did you ever have a bottle leak? A Spice Bomb bottle?
I've never had a bottle of anything leak.
Really?
Yeah. I've never had any leaking issues.
Yeah. It's watertight over there, huh?
Yeah.
Great.
I always reinforce all my bottles with plumber's tape.
Hey, speaking of plumber's tape and non-leaking reinforced fragrances.
I really want to know how you're segueing this, but go ahead.
Mark over at myfragrancesamples.com does that with every order.
He does. I've never had an issue with leaky stuff from him.
And
he's leak free.
That's right. And bringing up Mark, I want to bring up our giveaway of Ralph's Club Parfum.
Mm-hmm.
That we're going to be giving away to a Patreon courtesy of Mark and myfragrancesamples.com. If you're not a Patreon already, you got a little bit more time. So get out there, become a Patreon. We're going to give away this partial bottle plus a couple of Spice Bomb Infrared EDP samples with it.
Yeah, because our buddy Matt over at Dillard's, he hooked us up with 4 decants of this.
Yeah, so
hopefully it doesn't get him fired.
No. We're going to use 2 for this episode, and we're going to send 2 out with that beautiful partial bottle of Ralph's Club Parfum.
All right. Before we get started today, we do need to go back in time.
To Ralph's Club Parfum.
Yeah, and let's give our one-night stand review of it.
Let's slurp it up.
Hit the music, Todd.
Yeah. One night stand review.
Well, Myke, after entering the digital VIP room that is Ralph's Club, because it has a thing you can scan, a little QR code on the inside of the box, and it lets you hang out with celebrities via pre-recorded videos, and it's like all this convoluted hitting buttons on a website and going to the next video to hang out with celebrities.
Super cool.
Yeah, it's super cool, dude.
I felt like I was in the club.
Yeah, it's like they really get the consumer with that kind of stuff.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, that's how I felt. I felt seen and heard.
Yeah, I love taking 1995, virtual tours that take forever to load up. That's so great.
What was this, Lawnmower Man?
Yeah. Don't know what that's all about. Somebody got paid good. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, somebody sold them hard on that experience. What'd you think about the fragrance, though? Let's talk about that experience.
I definitely think it's better than the original Ralph's Club.
Yeah.
Not that the other one smelled bad. They both smelled good. The other one felt just very generic. I don't know. It just did. And we got some hateful feedback. Some people didn't like that. We were kind of like, it's all right,
Yeah.
And this one, it's going to sound like I'm saying the same thing. This one is okay. I feel like it's better.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
But for me personally, it's not my wheelhouse. It's just not my thing.
I think it's really good in the fact that it feels very Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
It feels kind of like that polo fragrance with a little bit more. There's something sweet going on with it. But because of that classic kind of polo vibe that kind of sneaks out, it also feels kind of mature.
Yeah.
Not crazy mature. I'm not talking Pappy Van Winkle, but it is on the mature side.
Is Pappy Van Winkle a person, or is that just like a drink?
I think it's...
I know it's like a whiskey or something here.
Yeah, I was just throwing out like Pappy, old.
Okay.
I don't know,
Sorry.
Pappy drew it.
We're obsessed with that show. He grew up on it.
I loved it.
I never heard of it till he brought it to me, but
Yeah.
is it called Pappy Land?
Pappy Land, yeah.
Some old ass dude that like drew Pappy Land.
That's right. It says it right there in the theme song.
But apparently it's like the coolest thing he grew up on. I grew up on like Reading Rainbow and what was that Christian
Oh God!
remember it was like the kid drew the character and the character came off the page and like, did shit. That was a good one too that I liked growing up.
I can't remember the name of it, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
To any of our Christian listeners, I know one specific one that actually just got onto me recently. They were like, "Man, you say goddamn too much."
Oh, yep, that's right.
They were really scolding me about it over a phone call.
That's a tough one for some people, for sure.
Yeah, I don't really mean anything bad by it, but it's just such a good, juicy word in my vocabulary.
It's like sharp and abrasive. So if you really want to emphasize something, you throw it out there.
Yeah, it can be positive or negative. God damn!
Yeah.
You know? Just sounds good.
I don't know if he's happy or sad. He could be both.
So for me, it's a skip.
Yeah. Yeah, me personally, I'm not going to do a bunch of wearing. Do I think it's a bad fragrance? No, not at all. I actually think for a designer, it's kind of cool that it still has some clackers to it, and it's got, you know, a little bit of that masculinity that pokes out, that mature masculinity.
Yeah,
I like it as a fragrance, just don't necessarily like it on me, and for that reason, I'm out.
God, what if we had a show that was like Shark Tank, but we got to like grill fragrance houses like that?
It's like Fragrance Tank or something.
Fucking Victor and Rolf are standing in front of us and we're just like dunking off on it.
Well, maybe we should do an episode like that.
That would be so cool. Okay, let's get into today's episode. I'm ready to smell it. I'm a huge fan of Spice Bomb, the original.
Yeah.
Love Spice Bomb Extreme. The original infrared, we were like, this has been almost 2 years now, right?
Yeah.
We were like, it's not bad. Kind of smelled like, what did we say? It smelled like
Big Red.
Big Red, that's right.
Yeah, the drink, not the gum.
Yeah. So let's see what this one does.
Let's slurp it up.
All right. Thank you again, Matt, for hooking us up with this.
100%. Now I'll spray mine. Ooh, in the air. Very Spice Bomb.
Yes. And look, behind the scenes, Myke hates when I do this, but I got to do it.
Do it.
In the air right now, and it's fucking loud, guys. God damn.
That's good.
I've got my hands on the table and my card stock or tester strip. This has a very homage kind of vibe going to it.
Really?
Yes, this kind of teeters a little bit. Just smelling it right now off the cuff. It's a little niche kind of. It's in that vibe. It's not there, but it's a little lean in that way. This is very badass in the air, dude. Full disclosure, we did smell this along with a bunch of other stuff in Dillard's. And again, this does not smell like what I smelled in the store. This smells completely different in a controlled environment.
Yeah, see, I don't even remember smelling it.
Dude,
it smells good, though. It definitely smells like a Spice Bomb.
Fuck yeah.
I can't say that I felt that way about just the EDT. I don't think I smelled as much Spice Bomb in it. We'd have to go back to the tape.
Yeah, that one did smell. I remember us going, it smelled like Big Red. It was kind of like a sweet red smell. It wasn't as peppery. And I think they definitely addressed those issues. Man, this is sick.
What are you smelling?
I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's not really here, but I'm kind of saying this. It's like Spice Bomb if it had the smallest little bit of the Big Red kind of vibe. It's nowhere near as what the other one was. Maybe just a tinge of that, but somehow a little smoky, if that makes sense. But it's not really smoke. It's not smoky, but it's like it's kind of a little bit like that.
I'm getting a sweet, kind of warm, spicy, little bit of like berry type. You know, I can't remember if the red is supposed to be for red berries or I don't know. But when I smell it, there's a hint of that like syrupy berryness to it.
I get more of that on the card stock.
Really? It's the opposite for me. On my hand, I'm kind of getting that.
Let's actually look at the notes since you're kind of bringing that up here. Let's see. I was looking at them a little bit before and I was like, okay. Yeah, okay. Top notes, cinnamon, chili pepper, and pink pepper. Middle notes, chili pepper and leather. And base notes is resins and woody notes. So that kind of would fit a smoky kind of vibe, don't you think? A little spice, a little smoky.
They weren't stingy with the spices.
Yeah. I think this reaffirms what I was thinking. I really do feel like if you smelled a couple, what was that one homage that we smelled was real fucking smoky?
I think it was maybe Royal Tobacco or something like that.
Now look, it is not that. Nowhere near that.
No, but I get what you're saying because that had this sort of subtle cherry, woodsy cigar type vibe. And this really does at a designer level. I could see that.
Absolutely. I would almost say this is a better buy-in for most consumers.
Oh, yeah.
Because that one is like for the people, you know, the homage one's for like the people that's like, I smell them. Oh, God. The lapdom. Oh, God. You know, that's for those people, right?
See, I feel like that fragrance was like one of those ones where somebody gives you a hug and then stabs you in the back. It's like really good up front and then it's like a Sour Patch Kid in reverse. You know?
Yeah, I feel like this one is just way easier to kind of digest, if you will.
Yeah. And for all those who think we're niche snobs, look, there's a place for a designer fragrance like this where it's okay to not be that challenging. Like, this is good. But you do kind of pick up that kind of peppery, sort of spicy vibe. You know, it's its namesake.
Yeah.
So
what do they call it in the camera world? Is it like the prosumers? It's kind of like the in-betweeners.
Yeah. But I feel like
that's what this is kind of. It's like in between the designer and niche.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm kind of getting. Like, it's like it kind of scratches.
It's design niche.
Yeah, there you go. Design niche.
Every once in a while, they do a release that does kind of have that. It's like a little bit more sophisticated than just your run-of-the-mill, straight down the middle of the road designer fragrance. It's got a little bit more attitude, a little bit more personality. You're vibing it. You love it.
And we talk about the ball a little bit. I guess we can.
Sure.
So, obviously, they all look like hand grenades.
Right. Yeah. And they even have the little pull pin.
Yeah. So there's nothing changed there, but I do have a gripe with it. And I've had the gripe for the longest time.
Is it leaking on you?
No.
Just kidding.
I hate that it's 90 mil. I hate that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just weird about it. I'm always weird about too when it's like, oh, it's a 2.75 and a 4. I was like, I just kind of wish there was things that were just standard.
I always get the Big Daddy.
Yeah,
if I get
too.
a Spice Bomb, I'll get I'm talking the 5 ounce or whatever it is.
Oh, they make a 5 ounce?
Well, yeah. They make the almost 100 mil one, and then they make one that's like maybe 150 mil or something.
Oh,
like
that's got to be ungodly expensive. Because let me tell you, price and trend real quick.
Hit it.
For a 3.04 90 mil bottle here, it's $135 on Ulta. And I think he said 143. I don't know if they dropped it $10 or whatever.
Gotcha.
Or $8. Sorry, I'm not good at math. That's a lot of money for this, honestly.
For sure, yeah, for a designer.
And the trend, it's new. It's trended up for a minute. It's kind of having a dip right now, but I think it's, it is kind of a weird timing to release it right before fucking Armageddon of heat. Isn't that kind of weird?
Depends on what part of the world you're in.
I guess that's true too. Do you think this is an everyday wear? Do you think it's...
It used to be for us.
I know. I would wear this right now.
Yeah, me too.
But I could see some people being turned off that it's something like fucking chili powder and...
Yeah, if you wear it like you wear it, then yeah, people would probably be
People
turned.
love you.
No, they don't. Here's what I've started doing. Some fragrances I only wear on my clothes. 3 sprays.
Yeah.
Like each shoulder and behind the neck.
Okay.
And then I do this thing where I'm only going to wear it on my skin, and I will do 2 sprays, 1 on each forearm, and that's it. I'm like really lowering the amount of sprays I'm doing with fragrances.
I'm almost done with that Girl on Vetiver.
Wow, already.
Yeah. Got that Big Daddy too.
You know, for you, I'm almost like you shouldn't buy crazy expensive fragrances.
I probably shouldn't because I do. I can't just do that. I'm like, every inch of my upper torso has to be covered in it.
The other day, because I went to myfragrancesamples.com, got me a 30 ml decant of Aventus. The other day, I just did 1 spray on each forearm. I smelled it all day long.
Really?
Yeah. You know, I talk with my hands. So I'm like, yeah, karate chop in the air and stuff. I'm very animated because that dude, it was kicking out all day long. And I was like, wow, I smell great. I feel good about myself.
If you tie me or Mike's hands together, we couldn't talk.
Yeah, that's true. You know, if you are more curious about Spice Bomb, our friend Chris Fragmental did a pretty great video on Spice Bomb EDP Infrared.
Yeah, he ended up getting a little decant of this because he had ordered a bottle, but he wanted to attack it pretty quick and got him a couple of decants of it.
Yeah.
That was a good breakdown of it.
Yeah, went and got carded samples because his bottle wasn't going to be in time. And I think he did the video as soon as he uploaded the next day, his bottle came in. But speaking of that guy, he's shipped us quite a few fragrances we couldn't get our hands on.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've got some episodes courtesy of our friend Chris Fragmental of some fragrances.
Can I tell him which one that we're going to do next?
Yeah, go for it.
It's one that Myke has teased forever now.
Yeah.
He talked so big about it because Chris wore it and it smelled delicious. And he told me all these really affectionate things that I probably shouldn't have heard that were really about Chris because it smelled good. It was uncomfortable. But he said Onyx smelled incredible.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the next episode. We're going to finally smell Onyx. You know, kind of behind the scenes, we have a couple of Aaron Terrence hues here. We don't have that one. Well, we have it now because of Chris, but we didn't have that one.
Right.
There's some interesting stuff in that line.
Yeah. A friend of the podcast sent us a few different Aaron Terrence hues.
Slut.
Raw Cherry.
And then
Odyssey.
Yeah.
And we have been spraying and wearing Odyssey off and on. Love it.
There's something to that one.
Yeah.
So I trust Mike's opinion. So I'm really excited about this Onyx.
Fragrances do interact with skin chemistry. And let me tell you, if there's any person out there that has some chemistry, it's Chris.
Charisma or chemistry?
Yeah, well, I'm saying like, I feel like anybody will get along with that guy. You're just going to have chemistry with him. He's like mixes well with anything.
Oh, so you think he can wear any fragrance and he just smells top diggity dog, huh?
As far as I know, I mean, all the times that I were around him, he's a great smelling guy.
Yeah, whatever.
I never got in his car and was like, fuck, dude, calm down. Like my boy Ryan over here. I'm like, it's hot in the summer, but I'm turning the AC off because I don't want his fragrance like choking me out, whipping it around all.
I go big or go home on fragrances, man.
Yeah.
People are going to love
fragrances, drive-thrus, you name it, he's going big on it, okay? Pant sizes.
I go big on all of it, Mike. I'm not ashamed to admit that.
Well, minus the fragrances, I'm going pretty big on other stuff too, so I get it.
Okay. Skip it,
sample it,
or buy it.
What are you going to do, Ryan?
I'm dead ass serious for once on this podcast.
Okay.
I am for real going to have to go buy this.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoy this. I love the opening. And right now, it's very Spice Bomb. It takes me back. I am 100% for this. I will buy this. This is sick. Now, I guess anybody out there, if you like the original Spice Bomb, you liked Spice Bomb Extreme, it's definitely different than those, but also true to like just being Spice Bomb. So if you haven't smelled this yet, it's definitely a sample, but I think you're going to be surprised and you're going to want to buy it. So we went to Dillard's, and if you know, that's where we got our sample. Thank you again, Matt. And if you're not near somewhere like that, get it from myfragrancesamples.com.
Yeah, that's kind of what I would lean at doing. I don't think I would these days go and buy a full bottle, but I'd spend $32 on a 16 mil from myfragrancesamples.com. I'll wear it occasionally.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if I got a full bottle of this fragrance today, I probably wouldn't go through it with all the other fragrances. I have a massive collection, right? It's huge. But on the real, I am just more turned on right now to buying smaller, travel atomizers or decants and stuff like that. There's just no need to buy giant bottles of stuff. And unless it's something like Luna Rosa Carbon or,
I'm going to have to buy another bottle of that. I told you, got rid of that one. I should have kept it.
Incredible.
I regret it every fucking day. That was a good one.
Yeah. You have taken a journey on that fragrance.
I have.
You hate it, you love it, you like it, but don't love it, you love it again.
Look, guys, it's dry as fuck. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have to lotion up your elbows when you wear that one.
I don't agree.
But it smells ridiculous. It's great. I really genuinely think, I'm shocked that Sauvage is considered the best of that type of fragrance, like an Ambroxan type fragrance.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, I just genuinely feel Luna Rosa Carbon does something that It's just way much better.
Way much better.
Mo better.
There's actually a chicken place called Mo Betta's.
Really?
Yeah. I told Ryan, and I'll give it away now because I was like bummed out it was already taken.
He loves chicken, guys.
So much. I love chicken, specifically fried chicken, but any type of chicken. I'll eat chicken every day for the rest of my life. Love it. But part of my plan, once we're Cologne podcast millionaires, is to open up just drive-through only fried chicken and biscuits. And a name I came up with this past week, I was like, oh my God, if this is not taken, I'm buying the domain right now. Mr. Chicken. I was like, for the love of God, please let this be available.
Really, the sad reality to this, guys, is he is 100% not kidding.
I'm not kidding whatsoever.
He talks to me about chicken recipes on the side, and he's always loved chicken, and he knows me. I'm like, I think it's like the blandest, dumbass meat ever.
If you do it right,
it's
not.
It doesn't beat steak to me. But, however, I have experienced it twice now, and one time it was bad. I've went on my way to message you twice now, or 3 times actually. Popeyes here in our area.
Yeah.
We've got a Popeyes and I've always loved Popeyes. I love Cajun food. But we've got a Popeyes that is so goddamn hit or miss. I swear to God.
I feel like that's every Popeyes.
Dude, it's either the coldest, most rubbery ass chicken tenders I've ever put in my mouth, or it's so fucking fresh and goddamn succulent that I'm just like, if it was like that every time, I swear to God, I could probably eat that every day.
Yeah, if they ran Popeyes like they did Raising Cane's, I'd be there every day. I'd be 800 pounds.
You know what? People at Popeyes, that's seriously what you should. Please take this man's advice. Focus on the fucking chicken in there because, man, when it's done right, it's best chicken I've ever put in my mouth.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Hands down. So good. I'll probably sit on a domain for 20 years before I ever do this, but I was like, God, if I could get Mr. Chicken, that would be... It's already taken. The website's trash. I've looked at it. I was just like, no!
Would it be like a cartoon like guy that looks like you in a yellow chicken suit doing a big thumbs up saying Mr. Chicken or something?
Probably. I don't know. Who knows? Look, this has been a dream for a minute.
He's not kidding, guys. He's so passionate about chicken, it's creepy.
I plan, actually, before you and I ever got together, me and another friend talked about doing, and I'll go ahead and tell it too. We were going to do one called Chicken Fried Champion. And it was going to be, we had priced out food trucks and everything. No lie.
I love that name, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty great. It was a chicken with boxing gloves on. The old Tender Defender.
Do you still have that domain name? Did you buy that one?
I'd have to look and see. I've moved on to bigger and better things. But that was, I wanted that one, Mr. Chicken. God, what a perfect name.
It is very perfect, and it fits you. Okay, so it's a full-on real retail bottle buy for me. It's a partial to sample.
I'm going to call it a sample, yeah. But I think I would honestly have a travel atomizer, and I would wear it. I would wear this fragrance. I'd feel no qualms with buying a $32 travel atomizer of it to spray. So, yeah, I think it's one to check out. If you're listening and you've had an affinity for Spice Bombs in the past, I feel like this one is closer to the original Spice Bomb vibe with a little bit of that sweetness, syrupiness, almost like the tobacco type vibe you're talking about. It just smells good. I really like it.
It does. Man, this podcast is so strange sometimes. It just really hit a realization like, guys, I'm not joking around here. Like, we're talking to just 2 microphones inside of an empty room right now, but I legitimately feel like I'm having a conversation with people.
Yeah.
Is that not weird?
Didn't you say you had something to talk about on here? Did you get to cover it?
No, but I don't think we should bring it up now. I think it would actually ruin this episode.
Okay. Well, maybe on the next episode.
It was politics.
Oh, great. Instead, we went with politics. Yeah. I'm a polichicken.
Yeah.
I like all kinds, multiple varieties of chicken.
I'm not one of these people that clamor to one side of political stuff, but it was going to be something political, I guess.
Yeah, that's what this podcast
Yeah,
needs.
no, I was like, really, it doesn't really matter for this. So.
Okay.
But
Well,
you know what? If we get enough people saying, hey, I'd like to know the views of
yeah,
this.
please, Ryan, tell us your politics.
I don't even know why. Even first, I'm like, dude, I got a great talking point, but now I'm like, God, I'd start World War III over here, dude.
No, thanks. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna make some sort of war infrared try to comparison, but let's just move on.
Hey, if you enjoyed today's episode, and God bless you if you did, make sure to check us out on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cologne Podcast.
Yeah, you want to smell this and Ralph's Club Parfum? Become a Patreon. We're about to pick a winner and send that out to you. Got to be in the U.S. though. Sorry.
Any other little things you need to add in there? Got to be in the U.S. But we got
Yeah. If you own MrChicken.com, please contact.
All right, folks, we love y'all. And until next time, spray it up, y'all.